everyone, what is going on? So we're doing more Go Battle League videos or more Battle League battles in this video, and I am using a meta team. We have Haunted, Toxicroak, and Registeel. So I hear what you guys are saying, you want to see more uniques, and I'm definitely going to be bringing you more Pokemon that you don't see often that I think are really good. But I wanted to show you guys this video because, well, first of all, I did really well. I went 9-1, first time using this team actually, not the Pokemon, just the team. And I've also had some of you ask me how to use Haunted properly because you could never get Haunted to work for you, and I totally understand. Haunted can be a difficult Pokemon to use, so generally this is how I like to run Haunted. So, well, I like it as a lead, as you saw there, but basically what I do is if they lead with a bulky Pokemon, let's say Altaria, Registeel, Azumel, right? If they lead with a bulky Pokemon like that, I just go straight Shadow Ball, and the reason for that is because a lot of the times they don't shield because the way they look at it, or the way I look at it at least if I was my opponent, well, if it's a Shadow Ball, I could still technically take it with my Altaria, for example. And if it's a shield bait, at least we're not going to waste a shield. That's how I would look at it if I was my opponent. So I just generally go straight Shadow Ball, and most of the time, it goes unshielded, and it does a lot of damage, and then I could either farm down or possibly go for a Shadow Punch, usually just farm down. But if it's a squishy Pokemon, for example, Toxicroak, Alolan Raichu, right? You know, I just go straight Shadow Punch because even if they decide to not shield it, they call the bluff. Maybe it won't knock it out. Like, it wouldn't knock out a Toxicroak, but even if it doesn't, another Shadow Punch should. You guys know what I'm saying? So that's generally like how I like to play Haunted. And you'll see in this video that that's basically how it worked. So for my next match, we actually have a Haunted Mirror match. And yeah, basically against the Haunted Mirror match, you just want to go straight Shadow Punch, see if you can get there first. We do manage to successfully get to the Shadow Punch before he does. The shield does come up. And I am going to go ahead and shield this because I don't want his Haunted to get any attacks off on a future Pokemon that I bring in. So we both actually faint at the same time, which is what I thought would happen. So he actually brings out his Pokemon before I do. You should actually always wait to see what your opponent brings out, or at least until the timer counts down to like 2 seconds, 1 second. But either way, I bring in my Registeel and just go for these hard-hitting attacks, these Flash Cannons. He is going to go ahead and get an attack off on me. 100% expecting Hydro Pump. It is Hydro Pump. Most Azumel are running Hydro Pump. Not all of them, but most of them that I see do have that Hydro Pump. So I'm just going to go for another Flash Cannon, and that one will be shielded. Totally fine. We are up a shield now, so we're trying to get to this other Flash Cannon. Not able to do so. So I'm actually going to let this go if it's a Hydro Pump. Now, because it's a play rough, we actually survive and get to that Flash Cannon. I still didn't think I would survive a play rough, but we actually do. So that is fantastic because that allows me to switch into my Toxicroak and farm his Azumel down. Now, keep in mind, we're still up a shield. His final Pokemon is Registeel. Beautiful. So you guys know, I mean, he'll be able to get to a Flash Cannon, but we have a shield, so it doesn't matter, and he cannot feint us with Lock On. So we definitely have this match in the bag. But yeah, overall, pretty good team, pretty solid team. I am weak to ground attacks. All three of my Pokemon don't do well against Whiscash, so I just want to put that out there, put that disclaimer out there. You know, the team will not fare well against the Whiscash. But yeah, anyway, overall, I think it's a pretty good team. So let's look at the next battle. So I'm leading with the Haunter. Okay, so we have a Meganium lead. So let's see how I play this out. I think I just go straight Shadow Ball because Meganium is a bulky Pokemon, as I said. So I am going to go ahead and opt to shield this. Now let's see if my opponent decides to shield the Shadow Ball, because think about it. Shadow Punch, it wouldn't take it out, although it'd still do a lot of damage. But I will go for my Shadow Punch. We did charge up extra. Okay, so my opponent does shield it. Totally fine. We're going to be burning my last shield, but we're at a Shadow Punch. So that is fantastic for us. We're going to burn the shield. And of course, I'm going to go for Shadow Punch in this scenario because my opponent is in Shadow Punch range. And if it wasn't, one more Shadow Claw would take it out. But it was, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to go for another one because we have another one ready to go. And we're going to knock out that Meganium. So that was a fantastic situation for us. I don't think I can make it to a Shadow Ball, so I'm going to go just for the Shadow Punch, just to get whatever damage off against this Azumel that I can. So we do get the Shadow Punch off, and we're just going to bring in my Registeel. So of course we know the Hydro Pump probably coming, although the switch out into Alolan Marowak. So That's pretty cool because we switch into Toxicroak and we do have the Mud Bombs. So I'm going to go ahead. Obviously, I have to take this attack, but it's going to be Flame Wheel. I 100% was not expecting that. So that is epic. So Flame Wheel on Alolan Marowak, but we're going to go for my charge attack Mud Bomb, trying to get to another one. We cannot do it. We cannot do it. So I actually have a Flash Cannon ready, so I'm going to immediately click on it. We do not want to take all this fire damage, especially if it has Flame Wheel. We cannot take it. So Azumel comes in. We've seen this match plenty of times, Registeel versus Azumel, but it looks like it has Play Rough and Ice Beam because there's no Hydro Pump coming out. So my opponent will run because they have no way to beat Registeel, so that is fantastic for us. So let's go ahead and jump into the next game. I lead with Haunter against the Melmetal. So Melmetal in the Great League is actually on the squishier side. So I believe I do charge up for the Shadow Ball and just go right for how fast Melmetal charges. I knew that would do a lot. If not knock me, it probably would knock me out, to be honest. So I am going to go for the Shadow Punch. Even if my opponent doesn't shield it, we'll almost add another one. So we do get to another one right now. My opponent does decide to shield. I am going to go for the Shadow Punch. He knows it's going to be a Shadow Punch, so he'll be able to take it. So I will have to shield this one up. Totally fine, because I'll be able to farm down with Haunter, and we'll have energy for whatever comes in. So I do go ahead and farm down. In comes that Whiscash. So remember what I told you guys. Whiscash is not good against my team. My only hope is that he lets this go unshielded, which he does. So that was fantastic for us. Now, to be fair, that wasn't a mistake because he didn't know I had a full team weak to Whiscash, right? So that wasn't a bad play. But either way, we bring in Toxicroak, and he's going to bring in Altaria. Definitely not good for us, but I do switch into Registeel. Looks like he's lagging a little bit, so I stop attacking, and then I continue after I notice he's attacking. But we're in a really good position. I am going to go for my Flash Cannon right now, and that will go through. He still has a shield, keep in mind. Now, Registeel generally does beat Altaria, but it's not super dominating like it might seem, even though we're resisting all the moves, because Dragon Breath does add up. It's a powerful move. We're going to get off a Flash Cannon, but as I said, he still has a shield, so 100% expecting it. Obviously, he has to shield if he wants to try and win the game. So he's going to go ahead and go for a Sky Attack. I thought I was actually going to lose at one point. So as you can see, I mean, Registeel, it does well against Altaria, but it's not ultra dominating. So we're going to go for the Flash Cannon, which will be enough to knock out this Altaria. So we do go ahead and take that win. But that was a really good game. So we're going to jump in to the next battle against my opponent. I lead with Haunter. Now this is terrible for us. This is Haunter's worst nightmare. You know, if you see an Umbreon lead, you have to switch out immediately. I switched into Registeel. Unfortunately, he has a Whiscash as well, which is even worse for us. I didn't switch into Toxicroak because I knew he'd probably be able to counter Toxicroak a lot better than he could counter Registeel. Little did I know he had Whiscash that could counter all three of my Pokemon, but at least I got the Focus Blast off. But still, you know, so he's going to hit us with another Mud Bomb. This is going to get us very low. And I'm going to go for my Flash Cannon. Now, I wasn't sure if he would shield. I don't think this knocks out. In fact, I know it doesn't. But he does decide to shield. And then he's going to be able to farm us down. So, totally fine. I mean, it's not really fine. But I just have no choice about it, you know. So, I'm going to bring in my Haunter. And now I know the charge attacks are coming. The Mud Bombs. Going to have to shield if I want to stay alive. Haunter is ultra squishy. So, yeah, this is a huge problem. Not only did we have the terrible lead, but we also are going up against a Whiscash, which is really bad for us. So, he's not going to shield that Shadow Punch. So, I'm like, okay. So I actually tried to switch because I knew the Umbreon was coming in, but unfortunately I was not fast enough. So I allowed that to knock me out. I knew it would knock me out. And now my Toxicroak comes in, and, you know, it depends what he has in the bag, right? I mean, we might stand a chance against this Umbreon if he has maybe, I don't know, a Melmetal or a Registeel. That's why I'm not shielding, because I'm like, I know Lock-On can't knock us out, right? Even if we're relatively low, we could still basically take the Lock-On and still knock him out with Toxicroak. So I'm still taking these Dark Pulse attacks. We're getting really low, though. We knock out the Umbreon. I'm like, please be something we could beat. It's a Skarmory, so we can't beat that. I was actually surprised he didn't switch that in, and he kept Umbreon in, but I guess he wanted to. But either way, as you saw, we won 4-1 in that set. So we're starting another set, Haunter versus Altaria. So, again, my strategy is to just go straight Shadow Ball against these bulky Pokemon, because this Altaria, even though it can take a Shadow... It can take a Shadow Ball. It can. But even though it does, it still gets it low. So let's see if he calls the bait. So my opponent actually does decide to shield that, so they did play that one correctly. Well, I'm not saying it was necessarily correct because it could have been a bait, right? You never really know. So, whether or not you shield or not, I don't think either one is the wrong play. But anyway, my opponent switches. I switch immediately into Toxicroak without even seeing what comes in. The reason I did that is because I did not want my Toxicroak lined up to the Altaria. So whatever it was, I had to get out. Luckily for us, it was something that was going to be weak to Toxicroak. But I'm going to go ahead and go for my Mud Bomb. Try to get this Toxicroak out of town. We do knock him out. And he's going to go right back into that Altaria. But because we charged up energy, we have the Sludge Bomb waiting for it. And that will not be shielded, which is good for us. And then we can knock out the Altaria. And in comes an Azumel. So this is a good situation because we're able to get to that Sludge Bomb before he can get to like an Ice Beam or a Play Rough or a Hydro Pump, right? So we go for the Sludge Bomb and he's going to go ahead and shield it as expected. And I'm just going to let my Toxicroak fall at this point because I still have a shield so I could protect my Registeel. We also have enough for a Flash Cannon. So my thought is, okay, we definitely have this game because all we need to do is hit one more Flash Cannon. So we do get that Flash Cannon, just trying to get to one more. He does get to a charge attack. Not going to risk the Hydro Pump. I might have been able to live that anyway, but it is a Hydro Pump. I don't know if I could have lived that. But either way, obviously, why not shield, right? So we do get to the Flash Cannon and knock out the Azumel, and that was a fantastic game. So we do go ahead and pick up that win. But, yeah, as you see, some people do shield. So I'm not saying, like, they definitely will not shield, but anyway, the next matchup is Haunter versus Registeel. So just using my strategy again, he actually pulls the switch into Victreebel, and now since Victreebel I could see is a squishy Pokemon, right, I'm gonna go for the Shadow Punch. This would knock out Victreebel anyway, especially since it's Shadow, but we're gonna go for another Shadow Punch because we're just that fast. And he's gonna go down. So he loses his shield and his Pokemon. So Haunter did its job. So let Azumel knock out Haunter. Not a big deal. So we're gonna bring in Registeel, trying to get to Flash Cannons. We are up a shield. We know what's in the back, right? Because he began with it. So he's gonna go ahead and get off that Play Rough. I want to try and keep my Toxicroak alive to face that Registeel. So we're gonna go for the Flash Cannon. Just want to get as much damage as I can. He switches. I know what it is, so I'm going to switch ASAP. And we're in an amazing situation. I see no way that we could lose this battle. So we're going to go straight for that Mud Bomb. And he will shield that one up. Totally fine. I'm going to shield this Flash Cannon. He is out of shields. I still have one. It's actually a Focus Blast. I thought it was going to... I mean, you should go for Flash Cannon in that situation, but it doesn't matter. So he gets to another charge attack. I shield this one up because now I can farm down the Registeel and have a Sludge Bomb for the Azumel. So that's exactly what I do. We do have a Sludge Bomb ready to go, and this is going to be able to knock out that shiny Azumel, which I really want. Because I don't have a shiny Azurill or an Azumel or a Marill, and I really want one. But either way, we do go ahead and win that, so it was a fantastic game. So let's see what happens in the next game. I'm going to lead with Haunter again. He leads with Jirachi. So this is actually a terrible situation because that Confusion does a lot of damage. Yes, we're doing super effective damage. Sure, we get to a Shadow Punch. So this should steal the shield from him as it does. But he's going to be able to knock us out. But that's still, I mean, it's still okay because we can still bring in Registeel and we got a shield. So it's actually not a terrible, terrible situation. If it was against Haunter, it would be worse. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, we're weak to Confusion. Haunter is weak to Confusion. So it looks like we lagged a little bit. That's a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. I've been lagging quite a bit. Like, after this video, or after these battles, my future battles that I did afterwards, I've been lagging quite a bit. Has that been happening with you guys? Because I know, like, it's a little bit annoying. Actually, it's really annoying. But either way, we knock out Jirachi. So, still up a shield, not up switch advantage, but that's okay. In comes the Registeel. So, just going to go straight for that Focus Blast, trying to... possibly get another shield. Maybe he'll let this go. He does let it go. Gonna do a lot of damage. So we still have two shields. I decided to shield this one up because I figured I could get to a Flash Cannon before he's able to get to a Focus Blast. I actually pull the switch and I feint him down before he can get to a Flash Cannon, so that's good for us. In comes shiny Ludicolo, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb bait. I think I can go for Mud Bomb bait. Hopefully he shields, which he does not. And then I can go for Sludge Bomb, but since he didn't shield, we're going for another Mud Bomb. So right now we get off this mud bomb. Does he shield this one? He has to if he wants to continue battling, because the counters would have fainted him afterwards. So right now I could just shield and just feint him down with counters. So at the end of the day, it didn't matter. But yeah, that was a fantastic game. So thank you for battling. I really do appreciate it. So let's jump into my next opponent. And let's see how this game plays out with my Haunter against the Registeel. So again, same situation we saw a couple battles ago. Just going to go straight Shadow Ball. He may decide to shield it. He may not. He does get to a Flash Cannon first, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and shield this one up. You have to shield it if you want to continue battling with Haunter. So I'm going to go ahead and go for my Shadow Ball right now. And as you can see, he did not shield. So that was amazing for us. Even if he shielded, it would be really good for us. But now we can just farm down, although he does switch at like the last second, into Deoxys. So Deoxys, it is a bulky Pokemon, but I'm still going Shadow Punches because it's weak to our Ghost attacks, right? So it's still going to do a lot of damage. So against Deoxys, I still go Shadow Punch. So I am going to go ahead and shield that one up and get to a Shadow Punch. And this is an amazing situation for us because he's going to shield it. He is down 2 shields. He has no more shields. Neither do I. But we're able to get to another Shadow Punch and knock out that Deoxys. So that was amazing. So in comes Inazumel. And again, just going straight Shadow Ball. He has no shields. He has no shields. So this is 100% going to connect. It's not going to take it out. So as you can see, it does a lot of damage. That's why I think some people risk not shielding, thinking, okay, it could be a shield bait, plus I could take it even if it is a Shadow Ball. You guys get what I'm saying? A lot of people do that. Not everybody, but quite a few people do that. In comes the Registeel. I think he was trying to catch a charge attack from me, but I wasn't even at a charge attack. But I'm going to bring in my Toxicroak and feint down that Azumel. So we're going to take that one. So we're going to jump into another one. This might be the last battle. Not 100% sure. I lead with Haunter. He leads with Alolan Marowak. So this is a good situation. Against Alolan Marowak, we just go straight Shadow Punch, right? Do I even, like... Yeah, I don't even farm up all the way to a Shadow Ball. I'm just going to go Shadow Punch right now. And this is going to not connect because he does decide to shield it. Totally fine. I am going to shield as well. Probably going to be a Bone Club as it is. I 100% expected that, but I still definitely wanted to. That still would have done a lot. So I am going to go ahead and go for my Shadow Punch, and he will not shield. So we win that lead, plus we still have the Haunter. We have the shield. Well, no, it's tied shields, but in comes Mantine. So very interesting. I was going to try and get to the Shadow Ball, but I didn't think I could make it, so I just go straight Shadow Punch. And he will actually shield that. Perhaps afraid of the Shadow Ball, so that's really good for us. Bringing in my Registeel. Now, Mantine, I think, is a really good Pokemon, but the thing about Mantine is, well, first of all, we're going to resist that Ice Beam with Registeel. But aside from that, even though it lowers our attack, we're still doing more damage with, like, Flash Cannon, even though Mantine resists it. But he's not lowering our attack because he's just going straight Ice Beams, I guess. But perhaps just wants to get damage off against my Registeel. Totally fine. Out comes another Ice Beam, and he does pull the switch. I switch into my Toxicroak Blind Switch, but it happened to work out for us. I am going to go ahead and shield this one up. Going to be a Flash Cannon, and then we're just going to be able to get to a Mud Bomb. This is going to do super effective damage against the shiny Registeel. Totally fine, and then we're just going to farm down, or at least attempt to. We could get it all the way down. Beautiful. So I'm going straight Mud Bomb. This is not going to do much. It's certainly not going to be able to take out that Mantine, but it adds up, right? Just trying to farm him down. He actually gets to an Ice Beam, so we're not able to farm him down, but that's totally fine because we have a Registeel that can knock out. Actually, we survive and knock him out, but we had a Registeel that would have knocked him out anyway, and that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.